Welcome back here on the College COD Bravo stream. As you can see, we got our losers bracket match all lined up, and we're sticking with UT Dallas fans. We expect to see some passionate UT Dallas fans back in the chat supporting their squad as they're trying to rebound off a tough 3-0 sweep. And that certainly was tough. They really competed in all three maps. The only time they really looked outclassed was in the second half of that domination, but by all means, this is a talented team and a team that on paper should still expect to win this matchup. They're taking on the number 20 seed in this tournament, Mississippi State Esports. Now, Mississippi State last night, well, they got 3-0 swept. They had a tough time in their first round. But earlier on one of our streams, I think it was this Bravo stream, as a matter of fact, they did get a 3-0 over Penn State Blue. So that means that their momentums are totally different. I mean, on paper before this, you would say UT Dallas definitely deserves to be the favorite. Again, that loss they had just now was only their second loss of this spring season. And yet, Mississippi State, they're coming off 3 straight map wins, and UT Dallas, well, they haven't won a map today. They're 0-3, and they're going to need to rebound. We're going to dive in. Billy, take us through the maps that you're seeing for this upcoming series here on the losers bracket.
So yeah, we are seeing a repeat of 2 of the maps from the previous UT Dallas series. We are seeing a run back on Arklov Peak. We are seeing a run back on Hackney Yard Dawn, but we are seeing Azir Cave, which I believe, give me a second just to pull it up really quick, is actually one of UT Dallas's better hardpoint maps. They're 4-1 on it throughout the year. Their total hardpoint record is 11-7, so it's not their best game mode. It's not their worst either. I mean, it is their worst. Never mind. But they're 4-1 on it. It's their better. It's one of their better hardpoint maps. So I think everything is pointing to a 3-0 for UT Dallas. But if there's anything I've learned from the CCL this weekend, is that you can't read too much into previous map records. You can't read too much into your own previous what's the term? I can't remember the term. Doesn't matter.
Previous performances, what you see on paper, what you see with like how the season has gone so far. But UT Dallas, they could have gotten criticized for how they picked those maps against Illini Orange. They said they pretty confident, and they said we're going to play Illini Orange on some of their best maps, and that didn't pay off for them as they just looked a little bit behind and a little bit worse in the teamwork department, in the communication department, and they let Illini Orange kind of play their style and play their wheelhouse for a majority of map 1 and map 3. But you see map 2, Search and Destroy, Arklov Peak, map 3, the Dom and Hackney Yard. Those are repeats of last series. And I think UT Dallas, they still have that confidence. They say, hey, it's going to be a different opponent, especially maybe even just playing the map for the second time in a row. You know exactly what to work on from last map. I think it's a lot easier to just say, hey, we played this map 20 minutes ago. Here's what we did wrong. Here's what we can do better. This is going to be a much different performance. So I think it's a really smart decision by the squad at UT Dallas to repeat map 2 and map 3. I think they feel pretty good about winning both of those. And then map 1 hardpoint is Azir Cave. You're looking at a team where this is their worst hardpoint, where hardpoint is their worst of all of their 3 modes. That's where Mississippi State needs to jump out early. They need to get up 1-0 if they want to snowball this. Otherwise, falling behind 1-0 to UT Dallas heading into Arklov Peak, where we know UT Dallas is really scary, and we saw how good they were with how well they fought Illini Orange, taking it to around 11. You got to get that map 1 win if you're Mississippi State. We are about to jump in, look at the rosters for both these teams. We are familiar with the UT Dallas roster, but we're also going to be taking a peek at the Mississippi State roster as well. As you see there, it's finally going to get displayed for us. UT Dallas, I'm going to just quickly go through. We've seen them already. In Viage, she had a really solid performance on map 3 there. Fiasco, Cocaine, Putrid Orange really impressed me in that map 2 Search and Destroy. And Mr. J Pistachio, he was on the second team in his division. So he was kind of an all-star player in his division, but had kind of a quiet series. So maybe now this is his time to really bust out and explode and have a really good series against Mississippi State. Billy, take me through that Mississippi State roster.
All right, so on the Mississippi State side of things, you have State, Creep, Iced, Herc, and Gamer Dude. Can't say I know all that much about them. Haven't been able to cast them. Haven't had the privilege of casting them. I know they won earlier today, I think, against Penn State Blue. So we were mentioning earlier today that they do have a bit of momentum behind them. But on paper, as I was mentioning earlier, everything just kind of points to UT Dallas being favored here. But
Yeah.
Mo-
And map one's going to be really important for Mississippi State. They're right now 11-6 on the year, and as you see, there's their stats: Hardpoint 12-9, Search 11-9, Dom 12-5. So if anything, they're strong in in domination. They've got a pretty good tendency to take those map threes, but it is crucial for them to take hardpoint or search and destroy. As you can see, especially in hardpoint, they're 12-9, but they have a negative differential. So that means that those 9 losses in hardpoint, those were some pretty ugly losses. They kind of got steamrolled and snowballed in some of those losses. So especially, that's a great candidate, UT Dallas. They're looking for a dominant map one win, and so much is riding on this map one because if Mississippi State takes map one, they're looking at, oh, search is just a toss up. We feel pretty confident in Dom because we like what we've been doing in domination. While on the other hand, if they lose map one, then it could really get out of hand for them. Billy, walk us through these UT Dallas stats. We've seen them updated now after some losses in the previous series.
So, so the stats aren't fully updated, but these are regular season stats. It's the same thing we saw earlier for the UT Dallas. Drawing a blank, Illinois Orange series we were just watching. They are a really decent hardpoint team. They're not the best. They are about 19th overall, but they are still a really good search team and a really good domination team. Obviously,
Yeah.
Illinois Orange got the better of them this last series, but it's still fair to expect them to be, you know, favored here, as I've been saying.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. I mean, with the side-by-side stats, we've seen Mississippi State. We're looking at UT Dallas now. It is clear that UT Dallas is a better team on paper, as we are going to be jumping into UT Dallas. As you can see, they're 15-6 on hardpoint. They're 15-7 now if you throw in their loss from last series, and that means that they need this map one hardpoint to go their way. And I think Azir Cave is the place where it's going to happen for them. They come out, they're going to be the favorite here on Azir Cave. They really like to play it. As you can see, jumping into the lobby, Billy, Azir Cave, tell us a little bit about this map as we get set up for Hill 1.
So Hill 1 is one that really goes back and forth, at least early on. During the first rotation, it's one where Hill time is traded pretty frequently. It doesn't really feel like any team gains a lot from it. But all that really matters is, Mississippi State does have early spawns for, I believe that's Cave East. So I always just get it mixed up in my head. But they definitely want to be able to hold on to spawns there, so they're not really feeling too bad about giving up time here early. I do want to see UT Dallas push through, try to put those spawns if they can. You do see early pressure from Enviage, in the hill. You're also seeing guys.
Creep at 4-0. Wow.
Oh wow, yeah.
Up at 4-1, but he came off a rip there, and he wasn't getting any help from his teammates. As you can see, 30-0, quick lead for UT Dallas.
Yeah, the great start from Creep was nice to see, but it doesn't mean all that much when it looks like they're going to give up about 50 points here. They're not really able to contest effectively. This isn't like I was saying, you see teams trade a lot of points, but UT Dallas is like going, nope, this is our map. We're going to take as much time as we can here, and then we're going to push for Cave East.
And look at this. I mean, this is about to be a full 60. Not exactly, but really a 50-plus point hold on Hill number 1 to get things started off in the right tone. That is almost unheard of. I agree with you, Billy, and that is just a strong start for UT Dallas. You can see this is going to be big gunfights on the rotation. Neither team really set up well for Hill 2.
Yeah, Mississippi State had that rotation, but they let, I think it was about 4 or 5 points or 4 or 5 seconds to take off before they were actually in the hill. So what that did is, even if they're able to hold this for the full time, they're still going to be down a couple of seconds. So, what could have been a really good rotation really isn't leading to much. We see, I believe that was Gamer Dude get picked off in the hill by Fiasco. Fiasco was a name we weren't hearing a lot last series, so maybe he's looking to step up here into for this losers bracket run. But early rotation results in a good chunk of time for Mississippi State, but UT Dallas was able to break fairly.
You remember that aggressive style that we criticized for UT Dallas last time they played in hardpoint? They did not have any rotation really, and they were just trying to break into hills at pretty much almost every hill. And here they are playing that same aggressive style, at least off the beginning, although they do have the rotation, and that's not something we saw a lot of. They are rotating into hill number 3, as you see a score streak coming out. Pistachio's on a 4 streak. Really impressive. 81-29, 5 streak for Pistachio there. We have not seen any dominance in the lobby from Pistachio all of last series, and it's coming out here. big lead for UT Dallas and a chance to keep it going as they're still in Hill 3 here.
Cocaine and Mr. Pistachio up here leading their team, or top of the scoreboard for both teams, really. 9-7 for for Cocaine, now 10-7, 10-4 for Mr. Pistachio with a handful of hill time as well. You know, solid 70-point lead here right off the rip for UT Dallas. Couldn't ask for a better start, really.
Yeah, they're feeling good, and it's going to be a tough road to come back for Mississippi State Esports. Creep, he started off hot and he's cooled off a little bit. I think he's going to have to lead his team back, but there's just need to be a lot of solid teamwork here. See that new hard point popping in. MSU Esports and Cave West. They've got a chance to really make up a lot of ground, but they need a perfect hold here. We'll see if they can do it.
Early kills there on Fiasco is exactly what you want when it comes to this hold. You see, I believe that's Envyage kind of peeking around that corner. Potential two-piece here for Creep if he can get sights. Ah, no. His teammate picks off Fiasco there, but really, really good hold for Mississippi State so far. You know, you get a 3K out of, I believe that was Perk. He does fall, but, you know.
Yeah, 3K
decent
from Perk.
hold. Cut the lead down a little bit.
Now you see it sort of losing from them. If you end up splitting a hill like this, each team takes 30 seconds, then, well, you didn't make up any ground, and that's exactly what UT Dallas wants. And I think they've stormed the hill, and I think they're perfectly comfortable giving up the first 15, 20 seconds of the hill and then mounting a push to try and storm in and take the last few seconds of it. Even if it means giving up rotations, this plays exactly into their play style. They can play aggressive and just let other teams rotate to the hills more so than not by the fact that they're winning these gunfights and they're just dominating the slaying margin. Mr. Pistachio, 13-5, all over the place.
Cocaine, 14-8, 15-8, 16-8, or is that 16-9? I can't really tell. Anyway, he's on a 6 streak right now. He's playing out of his mind. He really wants, you know, comeuppance for that last match. Oh,
yeah,
he's behind all four of them. He's got a good angle on him.
You see, he's picking up. He gets a couple there. I mean, 8 streak for Cocaine, guys. We're gonna have to stay on this.
Oh, 9 spree.
Holy moly!
Oh, gets cut down by Creep, but what a spree from him. What a spree from the man himself.
And just like that, now Mr. Pistachio's on a 5 streak. This has gotten out of hand fast. In the last, basically that hill. That was a full hold on this hill for UT Dallas, and we've gone from about 120 to 60 to 200 points to 60. This is threatening to be an ugly 100-point club for UT Dallas, which would absolutely set the table for a sweep by UT Dallas as they look to get right after a tough loss at the hands of Illini Orange. They're playing angry, and you can see it. Cocaine and Mr. Pistachio, between the two of them, they're 37-17 at this point.
That's absurd. Cocaine 20-12, Mr. Pistachio 17-6. Like you were saying it itself. I don't really have to repeat. I end up repeating you too often sometimes, but that's just what a carry performance by these two players. They have about, you know, a minute 15 seconds worth of hill time between them too, but you know, they're carrying their weight in gold effectively right now in this game.
Yeah, it speaks for itself, and it's just a matter of time for UT Dallas if they can keep picking up these last seconds of scrap. As you can see, they just tick a little bit closer. They get a little bit more scrap here. So.
All right, solid shots there from Iced, but I believe UT Dallas does have rotation to Cave East fairly, you know, in hand. They're not too worried about this right now. They can actually win off this if they're able to hold it for about 40 seconds, but we gotta get in the hill right now if they want to do that.
They're not too concerned about winning this immediately. They know that if they can just climb into those hills, make some coordinated team pushes, it doesn't even need to be a 100-point club. It's still a dominant win if they can wrap this up in the next minute or so. And you know what hurts for Mississippi State? This is supposed to be UT Dallas's worst. They're supposed to be a little bit weaker in hardpoint. This is where you're supposed to take those maps if you want to make an upset. And to not only lose, but to get dominated in this fashion does not bode well for the rest of the series. We may see a quick one if Mississippi State does not hit the regain and hit the reset button, because Cocaine and Mr. J Pistachio, I mean, this UT Dallas squad right now, they're like the Rice Krispies. They are snap, crackle, and pop all over the scoreboard.
Oh man, solid rotation out of here.
Away from wrapping this up on solid field.
Yeah, solid rotation here from Mississippi State. I don't know how much it'll mean in the long run. They do escape the dreaded 100-point club, which is, you know, you gotta take small victories when you're kind of getting blown out. But it'd be, if they're able to pull off a comeback like this, that would be utterly insane. I don't think it'll happen.
And
We're about
there
to
you
see.
go.
Yeah,
You
never
cursed
mind.
it. Oh, never mind. You got a
Oh,
contest.
contest coming in. 250
There
to
it goes.
112. Solid performance there from
250 to
UT Dallas.
112.
I can't really, I can't really like go too much into like excellent performance for them because they were favored for this, but they played really well, especially Cocaine and Mr. Pistachio, the two guys we kept talking about. I would have to look at the scoreboard to remember exactly how many it dropped. I think that's about almost 30. 28? Yeah. 28 kills in a hard point that ended fairly quickly. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
And I think that just dominance from Pistachio, who, as I said, not the best series last series. It wasn't bad, but he just didn't jump out in any of those three maps. He definitely jumped out in map one hardpoint. 250 to 112. We see going for UT Dallas, a map one victory for them as we're looking at the scoreboard right now along with you. And a quick 1-0 up for UT Dallas. You see right below us, map 2, Arklov Peak. And although they lost 6-5, I think they demonstrated to us, Billy, that they know how to play that map. And they're going to be a
Absolutely.
tough beat on that map. And it might take round 10 or round 11 for Mississippi State to steal, search, and destroy. But they're definitely on their back foot now, and they got to reset because UT Dallas, and I'm sure their fans love to see it, but they came out guns blazing, and they've just come out with a different energy than what we saw last series.
I'm really interested to see how how Mississippi State performs on Arklov Peak, mainly because their best S&D is Gunrunner, right? So they're not. I mean, they're not the worst Arklov Peak team in the league. Nowhere even close. They're 3-4 on the map, so they can win some, they can lose some. It's a fairly even split there. But you do kind of run into this issue where you know UT Dallas is just so good at Arklov Peak, just absolutely so good. It's one of their best S&D maps. The only team that beat them was a team that's arguably better at the map than they are. So I really, if UT Dallas can keep up this momentum, I feel like it's something I keep harping on. But momentum is a huge thing in games like this. Like I think if they can take this 2-0, I think it starts looking like a 3-0. I don't want to call that too early, but good S&D
Yeah,
here kind of sets the tone for the rest of the series, potentially the rest of their loser bracket run, depending on who they face.
yeah, and at this point, after what we saw on map one, Billy, I think it's fair to say that Mississippi State has to cut this momentum off. They have to shut this momentum down, or it is going to be a 3-0. I mean, if you're on the UT Dallas side, you're saying, hey, that was our weakest mode. We are great in this search and destroy. We're just going to roll right through to a 3-0 sweep. And if you're a Mississippi State fan, you're saying, uh-oh, this looks a lot like yesterday when we got 3-0 swept. We need to get back in the right groove, and they're worried on that side for sure because there wasn't a lot for Mississippi State to hold on to. I mean, some really good moments for creep, but other than that, we weren't really calling out any of the names on that MSU side because they just weren't doing anything and they were just kind of flailing around looking to get anything going against UT Dallas, and it didn't work well for them. We saw that 160-point hill that made it from a 120 to 60 lead to about a 180 to 60 game, and that's when you're like, okay, well, UT Dallas has officially started to run away with this one. They've put the stomp on. You do talk about Mississippi State. Game 5 is gun runner if we get all the way to a game 5, and I'm sure if Mississippi State can claw back and win this map 2 search and destroy, then here's the way they're looking. Domination, they say, "Oh, we love playing domination. We've got the momentum now. We're going to come out and take this." And then they have that game 5 in the back pocket where they feel really good on gun runner. So, there's a path to victory here for Mississippi State. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely a tunnel that they can walk through if they want to try and get to victory. But it starts with winning map 2 right here in Arklov Peak. It starts with getting up on the board tied 1-1 so that it feels like a close series again, and it doesn't feel like what last map felt like because last map did not feel good if you're in that Mississippi State sideline.
I um I'm just really excited to watch UT Dallas play Arklov Peak again. It
Yeah.
was they were so entertaining. They played so aggressively, and obviously they lost. We keep talking about that mainly because that was the first series we casted today, but they just they play with this aggressiveness you don't really expect out of most teams playing Arklov, right? Arklov, you mostly expect kind of slower range, slower paced play. paired with long range sniper battles, potentially some AR battles, and you were seeing, Pistachio and Cocaine just run into buildings and run into lines of sight and run into gunfights willy nilly as if I mean they had full confidence in themselves, and you got to give them credit for that. So
Yeah, Billy, my next question for you was, we've seen UT Dallas play in Arklov Peak. I mean, is there anything you want to see them play differently? Or would you just say that what they were doing was working? Because honestly, I feel like what they had going for them was working, and sort of the same style, the same playbook, the same strats is
yeah,
going to be just fine for them here in map 2. They don't need to make a lot of adjustments. It looks good for them. They lost in a round 11. It wasn't that bad. I mean, really, it just came down to the fact that they were on offense in round 11 might have been what cost them, is they went 1-5 on offense in that map. And we'll see if the defense trend continues here as well, because for Mississippi State, you're not going to win unless you can take some of these rounds on offense. As we are about to jump in to map 2, search and destroy. Here we go. UT Dallas in the orange, Mississippi State in the red. UT Dallas on offense first, trying to play aggressive. As you could say, they're sliding all over the place. They're sprinting over. They're jumping right into that A lane. The ice.
first blood for Iced. The Iced man coming in hot there with a I think it was a kill on NVH, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it was.
First pick for that, and that really sets the tone because that slows down UT Dallas's aggression. They want to just fly in
Absolutely.
and but now they're gotta take it a little bit slower. As you can see, nobody's moving. Everybody's just frozen.
Ooh. Some UT Dallas players get wind of the rest of the defense there. They got to be careful, though. They don't want to give up another kill. They don't want to give a third kill up. Now it's a 2v5. That's not ideal.
And there's the big pick from Iced. I mean, you could say that first blood really just found for them. Although
2v3 now.
2v3, they are making it happen. Although they got to get bombed down in 20 seconds, or they got to just pick all 3 of these kills.
Oh, good eyes there from Pistachio, but not enough to get the round. I got to give props to Mississippi State there. I think they may have figured the aggression was coming in. They plotted up with a sniper, top grandmas, and we're just like, all right, come at us. Let's see how this works.
Yep, and again, this is a good time to remind. Last series we saw this map played 9 out of 11 rounds. The defense won. So, want to know the side on defense again, and if Mississippi State wants to win this map with the way UT Dallas, we've seen them play some really good defense. They just have everything clicking on defense. If they want to win, we need to see them get an offensive round on the board at some point, and probably 2 if they want to take this all the way.
Absolutely. All right. There's even aggression coming in on their defense for UT Dallas here, which a little ballsy, but you gotta respect it.
Gotta respect it. It's their play style. I mean, if it doesn't work for them, we'll call them arrogant. But if it works for them, then they're just frying. They feel pretty confident.
Yeah. All right, Ice gets first blood again, but this time on Mr. Pistachio. That's all of UT Dallas's kills so far of this map. But there's a long flank coming in from a couple of the UT Dallas players. They pick one off. I think that was NVH picking off Gamer Dude. So, Fiasco got tight on all of them.
He's gonna get at least one.
Gets a 2-piece there.
Gets traded, but fantastic work there. And Ice gets
Kane
tried.
Takes down Iced.
Just like
well done from UT Dallas there on defense. Yeah, that was. You gotta give credit to Fiasco there, not immediately taking those shots to be able to get the 2-piece there on. I think it was Birkin Creep. I'm not 100% sure, but that was just well played. Well played from Fiasco. We were talking about him earlier that he was a name that we weren't really bringing up a lot that first series, and now he's kind of stepping up and trying to get his team to losers round 3.
Just like how we saw Ice Sniper kind of win round 1 the way he controlled the map, we saw that flank by Fiasco basically seal the deal in rounds 2 for UT Dallas.
Absolutely.
Let's see who stands out here in round 3. UT Dallas back on offense.
Lots of nades coming out early. I think there was a smoke flash and some frags there too. But I feel like Mississippi State just has a good read on UT Dallas's offense, right? They pick 3 right off the bat. It's a 2v4. The only people left are Pistachio and Fiasco, who are obviously, UT Dallas's best players this map so far. But, definitely don't want to be down and now 1v4 for Mr. Pistachio. But if there's someone who's going to be able to do it, I think it would be Mr. Pistachio here.
You saw the aggression. Sometimes it pays off for UT Dallas. That time it did not, as they kind of just ran into a wall. And that happens sometimes. The defense is set up perfectly. And if you're going to push, then you're just going to get cut down. And you saw 3 gunfights in a row going to Mississippi State. They just got
Shot there.
fried off the rip. 2-1, Mississippi State Esports. 2-1. They take round 3 here. And again, defense is 3-0. I mean, it is so hard. It seems like with the way these teams have played these maps so much, so hard for the offensive team to break through. But if it's going to happen, we know it happens a little bit later in this map rather than the early going. So, hey, last time the first team that took the round on offense, it got answered immediately. So just going to be a back and forth. See what team breaks through. But a great start for Ice so far. As you see, he doesn't have the sniper on this side.
Interesting choice there. He seemed to be doing really well. He thought he'd keep it out, try to continue that hot streak, because if you're feeling yourself as a sniper, you're hitting your shots, you're hitting really, really good flicks, like you seriously can just shut down entire sections of the map. Putrid Orange with an early kill on Ice there, as we were talking about. Maybe he should have stuck with a sniper.
Yep,
But I like this position from Putrid Orange. He can potentially catch 2 or 3 players with their pants down. He gets shots on one, almost kills a second there, but gets traded out there by Creep.
Still a good play by Putrid Orange. A big nade kill from Pistachio.
Yeah, good nade there from Pistachio. That was, wow.
They know where both the last Mississippi State players are.
Oh
They're
my
gonna
god, okay, you can't hit shots like that. What? That was a 1v3 here for State. He is doing well, 4-1, but it's a 3v1 on offense. This is going to be really difficult unless he can get bomb, and I don't think he's that close to it.
Yeah, he's got to get kills from 3 different directions too. I mean, they're not clumped together at all. He is in big trouble. This round is done and dusted. So he's gonna try and
might be able to get
look
bomb
around.
down, but I don't know how much that changes things really.
Well, might just give it. There he goes. He's gonna get swarmed on that bomb site. He's out of time now to lay it down, I think. And that is it. He just by a half fraction of a second runs out of time to get the bomb down. 2-2. Defense wins again. We got to stick on as long as it holds true, but the defense besides has been fantastic.
You gotta get back to that old that football adage, right? Defense wins championships, except in S&D, I think it's offense. It really is going to come down to the first. It is the same story with the last one, right? The first team to win the first offense is really going to be the team who wins this map, wins this, and puts himself in a good position for the series. But I still think UT Dallas. I don't want to say I'm disappointed. I was just expecting more out of them on S&D so far. Solid first blood there, making it a 4v4.
Yeah, we are in 4v4, and look at that Ice Sniper's back out. He could turn the round if he picks up a kill, but then again, as you can see, and that was a big bad timing there. He could have had the pick if he just held in, scoped it a little bit longer. And he goes for another one, misses that shot. It's just not going well there. Yeah.
All right. And first offense here for this is the best offensive round I think we've seen from either team so far. This might be one of UT Dallas's better offensive rounds in both series we watched. Ooh. All right, first offense to UT Dallas. Same story from last series. See how they
3-2. UT Dallas takes the offensive round, and the pressure is on Mississippi State now. They have to win on offense, or they start to fall behind 4-2. Great win by UT Dallas, and I think the sniper, sometimes it helps, but sometimes it hurts. And you saw, if you can't get picks with a sniper, you're so separated out from the rest of your team, you're just kind of hanging out in that window, and the rest of the team has to play a 4v5. So for Ice, the sniper didn't pay off on that round, and it let UT Dallas sort of play more aggressively once they realized what lanes to stay away from.
Are seeing some of that aggression that we're... Oh, no, never mind. This is defense. I thought it was offense for some reason.
That is an aggressive defense. Look at them really creeping up the map, getting right in their faces. They're trying to...
Fiasco is pushed all the way through. What? Oh, I mean, he gets picked off, but, like, that was insanely aggressive. I haven't seen stuff like that out of... on a defense in a long time.
Yeah.
Offense has gone completely in favor of Mississippi State this round. Damn. Hats off to Mississippi State. They're sticking in this way they're sticking in this way better than I was expecting them to.
Yeah, although that was a bit of bit of a flop there from UT Dallas trying to play aggressive. Maybe they were just trying to catch Mississippi State off guard and get us a wave of kills and make it a quick
Oh,
round. Here they go. Look at this. We got a
2v3.
2v3. Future
Envision
Orange looking
Fiasco working well together, working well in their picks. He saw the sniper flare, but he's got to be careful. He can't hold that angle for too long, or else I think that's Reap maybe pick him off there. State picks him off. Enviage trades it out. He's only got 19 seconds. I don't know if he can get these last two people. If he had another smoke, he could potentially do it, but it's so out in the open that I don't think it's worth it. Ooh, gets a hit marker, but he's only got, yeah, that's, damn. Immediate trade of offensive rounds for both teams. Good shots there from Enviage, but it doesn't mean much in the grand scheme of things. Oh, force spree for Enviage to end the round.
Really impressive by Enviage. In a round loss, he's 8-2 right now. He is on top of this lobby. Wow.
That was, I mean, they didn't win the round, so it doesn't mean that much in the long run, but that was a hell of a play, you know?
Those were just some crispy shots by all means. And now, 3-3, we're right back to even. Huge round win for Mississippi State. Uh-oh. Looks like we're going to have some issues. We've got the draw flashing on the screen as we're going to try and get that one resolved. Not sure what's going on there, but so far, we'll talk about what we've seen in those first 6 rounds. 2 back-to-back offensive round wins. And I want to get back to the point you made earlier. UT Dallas, a little bit disappointing, as a matter of fact, on that first half of this search and destroy. We off of our last map. We really love to play on this map. And the aggression, I think, is starting to work against them more than it's helping them. And maybe in the later half of the search and destroy, it is going to help them. It's going to help them get some big wins. But in the early going, it's definitely not looking good for them as we try to resolve whatever issues that was. You know, it's online COD. You'll run into these things, but currently sitting at 3-3 in search and destroy. Map 2 could go either way, and that's looking good for Mississippi State. Like I said, being down 4-2 would be a big difference for them, but a really solid offensive round win. And I think on that round win, specifically in round 6, the aggression definitely hurt UT Dallas. They got a little arrogant. They said, we're just going to storm down that lane and we're going to win this round easy. And then when it didn't pay off, then all of a sudden they're on the back foot and they're saying, oh, okay, well, we're back to even at 3-3.
Potentially as well, this could be an issue where it's just both us as casters and UT Dallas underestimated Mississippi State.
Yeah, Mississippi State on this map, on this mode, definitely. Search and destroy is really where an underdog team can steal a map out of all the maps.
I do have to give credit to Iced and State, I believe, who were playing incredibly well to start that map off. Ice was having some really solid snipes there. He obviously switched off of it for a round and go too well, but his sniper has been able to shut down that A bomb site from UT Dallas for the time being. But I'm looking forward to the rest of this S&D playing out. Hopefully it wasn't too big of a technical issue. Hopefully it was just a small little hiccup for the time being, but we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully we do get back into map 2. I mean, it was really developing quite nicely. It was a pretty exciting map, especially with the back-to-back offensive round wins. Both teams sort of stepping up to the plate, getting those bombs down, and it's just great Call of Duty back and forth. I mean, map 1 was pretty quick, but map 2 has treated us pretty well too. Really awesome search and destroy. And when you see back and forth search and destroy, which we saw last series as well as this one, where both teams just keep trading round wins off of each other, I mean that is impressive. And it's just fun to watch.
Absolutely. I was really excited to see where I mean, like we were saying earlier, I was really interested to see how UT Dallas was going to respond in the face of kind of a rougher beginning or a rougher start to the day. My mistake. And I definitely thought they were going to perform better going into this, as we were talking about earlier. But I just have to give massive props to UT Dallas, or not UT Dallas, Mississippi State. They're playing so much better than I was anticipating, so much better than I think a lot of people were expecting.
Yep, and we are jumping into map number 2. We're gonna hop in. Let's try and pick up where we left off. I think tied 3-3. So a huge round 7 coming up, although never mind. Look at that draw again. That was a real tease. That is unfortunate, as we are gonna have to be a little bit more patient before we get the resolution of this game 2 search and destroy. Like we said, tied 3-3. UT Dallas up 1-0, but it would be big for Mississippi State to steal this search and destroy, tie it 1-1. You know, especially with all the talk we had about like this is heading towards a sweep. UT Dallas is the better team. Mississippi State, you know, they didn't hear any of that noise. They said we're just going to come out, we're going to beat them in map 2, and that's definitely it's definitely what we saw out of Mississippi State in the early going of the search and destroy. But you know, 3-3. You know, there's nothing to say that UT Dallas and Mississippi State doesn't just come back and win 3 rounds in a row as well and
Mhm.
cleans up the search and destroy. It could go either way. It's really good map so far. And as we try to get those search and destroy issues settled, we are going to head to a break. On the other side of this break, we'll either have the rest of map 2 or we will have a score for map 2 at least, as UT Dallas up 1-0, looking to go up 2-0 on Mississippi State. We'll catch you on the other side of this break. Welcome back here on the College COD Bravo stream. We got map 2 going for you. We're back on Arklov Peak, me and Billy Spots here. And the scoreboard might say 0-0, but we're actually at a 3-3 tie right now. So the first team to 3 round wins will take this map 2. Made it easy that we were on an even round and we were all tied up as restart is concerned. So it's just first to take 3 here in this search and destroy. UT Dallas on offense. Offensive team has won twice in a row, but Perk gets a big first blood.
Really good nade there from Perk just to shut down that aggression. Then you have Ice looking over the A bomb side. Oh, he saw the shoulder. Saw the shoulder. Does he pick out again? Ah, a little ambitious, but
Yep.
I really have to commend how Mississippi State is playing against UT Dallas's aggression. It feels like anytime UT Dallas kind of oversteps, you know, in terms of being aggressive, it just gets shut down immediately. Now we're at 4-3, and Mississippi State's just kind of rolling on S&D currently.
Yeah, they are countering that aggression so nicely. An easy round win for Mississippi State. That was over fast. Even without the help of the sniper, they just took care of business. And now a 4-3 lead for Mississippi State. UT Dallas, the good news is they're on defense. I expect them to play a lot less aggressively on defense, as it's clear it's not exactly been working out for them a couple of rounds. But I'm curious because this is a huge round for Mississippi State to get another offensive round win in a row. Ice coming out with the pistol.
Yep, he's got the sniper in his back pocket. He's probably waiting to see if someone can peek out in trench. He sees. Oh, good shots there on Mr. Pistachio. Oh no. Ice has just been playing so well with the sniper. He might miss a shot here or there, but he's just, when he needs to hit them, he hits them so well. But he wasn't looking at the right spot there. Cocaine catches him with his pants down.
Yeah, Cocaine does get the trade. And although they're still down, as Inviage gets taken out. So
another good shot there from Cocaine. It's 3v2 in favor of Mississippi State, but with how Cocaine's playing, I think he's pretty comfortable just kind of letting them still try and push because Bomb's not down for Mississippi State.
yeah, until Bomb gets down, I think advantage UT Dallas as Cocaine's able to just kind of roam around the map. And I don't know if they know this on the UT Dallas side, but there's Bomb down right there. Neither of the MSU players have picked that up. I'm not sure if he knows that that's Bomb down. It seems like he's playing around the fact that he knows that somebody has to come pick it up. There
Good movement there from, I believe, that's State.
Really well done. And there goes the bomb. It gets down. So he knows somebody's right on that site. Here he goes, trying to get that pick. Waiting for him to just peek on either side of that bomb site. Cocaine right on it. This could be the kill that swings the round.
Futured Orange is in a dangerous spot right there. Yeah, it gets caught. Oh, okay, Cocaine pop off, sir.
It's definitely popping off, but not looking too good for him in this 1v2.
Oh,
Still got to get
the gun barrel. Ah, he can't win that fight with just a deagle.
Yeah, he really tried,
5-3
though.
for Mississippi State. Hell of a way to bounce back after that rough hardpoint loss.
Yeah, and that really just played. They were so smart by Mississippi State the way they handled that offense, playing around the sniper. 5-3 lead for Mississippi State Esports.
All right, hopping in here, UT Dallas on offense. Can they break their luck streak in this replay? It's been a rough second half of S&D for them, right? Like, you know, you go even first time around. Maybe they're just not feeling themselves on Arklov Peak today. Maybe there's something about the air today.
Yeah. Something about the peak is not working for them, and they need a round win here, or it is all over.
NVH, you played too aggro. You gotta check your doors and corners, dude.
You gotta check those corners, and that is already an for Mississippi State, which especially on defense, it's not good for UT Dallas. Not the play you wanted. I guess he just was banking on no one being there. Here we go. We get bombed down. Pistachio gets bombed down.
Yeah, you can, and with how he planted it, he can honestly just sit back a bit and just wait for people to push in. And this is actually a really good response from UT Dallas here now after that really unfortunate first blood and that trading of a Putrid Orange.
Hey, look how this is turned.
Yeah, Cocaine falls there, but they're still in a good spot. If they can just keep line of sight on the bomb, they really don't have to do all that much. Oh, but Smoke's down. UT Dallas, are you actually going to get ninja'd? Oh, no. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I thought UT Dallas was going to get ninja'd there. That would have...
Really good strats, though. I mean, they came close, but UT Dallas does get the... Oh, there you go. Yeah. It wasn't even through the smoke. It was just hopping in through the window. Good call-outs by UT Dallas. I mean, they could have guessed that the defuse was going down. And now we head into, let's do some math here, round 10. UT Dallas needs another win to force round 11.
All right, hopping on here with State. Rocking the Renetti, that new pistol in this most recent battle pass for COD, which I've been playing so much Warzone as of late. It's kind of unhealthy. Just a complete side tangent there. Not a long one, but I really want to see how UT Dallas plays this defense here because they're in a decent spot, you know. Give up first blood. Putrid Orange dies to creep. Cocaine popped dead silence. I think he was just hoping to hear people, but he didn't really make much use of it. Smoke out for Mississippi State.
Really slow developing round here. Not UT Dallas' style, but they're going to wait and let Mississippi State come to them, especially with the disadvantage down 4-5. But there we even it up with a nice kill by Pistachio.
Yeah, B site's completely open right now. I'm if I'm Mississippi State, I mean, Gamer Dude has the bomb. He's gonna get it down. They still think it's an A push. This is, oh no, UT Dallas, don't go out like this.
And there it goes. And now the whole round is gonna change. But big peek from Cocaine. He gets State, and State did not know there was a player right there waiting for him. He was caught with his pants down. But still, 3 players up for Mississippi State Esports. They got a bomb to protect. And Ice is lurking with the sniper. One snipe pick here could win you the map.
NVH, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Gamer Dude, you gotta peek. Oh, instantly dies to Cocaine there. And Fiasco picks him off. They're instantly hopping the bomb. Creep can't do much there unless it's a god nade. No, it's not, unfortunately. Alright.
And there goes the defuse. Wow, round 11 we go, Billy.
Second round 11 for UT Dallas on Arklov Peak. Damn. I mean, if it's follows if it follows the trend from the last series, the team that wins the last 2 rounds is going to end up winning this. So just historically speaking, this should be in UT Dallas's favor. But you never know. Mississippi State has played really well this S&D. I'm really looking forward to this round 11. Hopefully, it's not a repeat of the Illinois Orange UT Dallas round 11, where Illinois just ran over them.
Yep, and another round 11 here. Second one of the day on this exact map for UT Dallas COD, trying to take the 2-0 series lead. MSU Esports, this round could be for their tournament lives. You know how hard falling behind 2-0.
Good nade there from Perk. Perk's just been hitting these amazing nades all game.
Yeah, if he can first blood.
I think he knows. Oh, Fiasco trades him out. That's a really good. That's a really important kill there. Oh, good sense there from Cocaine to sneak around the bomb. He needs, or who has bomb right now? Putrid Orange has bomb, so I think they're just waiting for him to get in a better position to put it down, but...
There it goes down.
3v3. Still even.
You're on 3, but again...
Gunfire going across. Yeah, Cocaine's in a good spot to catch people coming out of this broken area, but... Ice has to be super careful here. Cocaine's beamed on him right now. Oh, but Cocaine doesn't finish off the kill because he gets traded out by State. Mr. Pistachio in a 1v2 right now. No one's on bomb just yet. State's defusing now, but... Oh, Mr. Pistachio won't be able to actually get on top of him just yet. He falls, and that should be it. Hats off to Mississippi State. Bouncing back from that first hard point map loss and taking Arklov Peak S&D 6-5.
Wow, what another awesome search and destroy that me and Billy here have been treated to. Really well done, regaining from Mississippi State. You lose those 2 rounds in a row. You come into map round 11 and bomb goes down. So that is tough for Mississippi State to try and regain on that. And just a couple of huge gunfights come down. Big wins for Mississippi State. As you can see right below us, MSU Esports takes the victory, tying the series at 1-1. And Hackney Yard Domination is going to be up next. And well, that didn't go well for UT Dallas either, as they played Hackney Yard Domination, and it was a bit of a back and forth first half, but they kind of crumbled in the second half, and they can't do that against MSU Esports, or it's going to get ugly. Again, a couple of gun runners actually coming up in map 4. We will at least see for sure a gun runner map 4 and maybe a gun runner search and destroy if we get treated to a game 5 in this series. But a huge round 11 win for Mississippi State Esports. We talked about the path for MSU to come back and knock UT Dallas out of this tournament, as this is a loser's bracket round. Well, we've seen step 1 at least for MSU Esports. They've taken search and destroy, and I think it's huge for them to come into this domination with the confidence of knowing that they feel pretty good about Dom. They feel like they can do the same thing that we saw Illini Orange do, where they just play more composed, they win some big gunfights, and they let it steamroll into a big win for them. A lot of confidence for both sides. And UT Dallas, so they're saying, well, that was another round 11. We're still the better team. We're better in respawn. We're going to take care of this respawn. No problem. Yet at the same time, for MSU Esports, they're saying, hey, we're turning this around and we love to play on this map. So we're looking forward to a big win.
Just excited to see a second hard point.
Yeah, that's right. We are going to get to see a second hard point. And
Threes get
something
kind of boring.
Yeah, and it's gonna be our third map we get to cast, as we're gonna get treated to a gunrunner hardpoint. Not up just yet. We get to watch a little bit of
Hackney
Dom,
Yard Dom.
which, like you said, I mean, it can get a little boring and a little stale at the end if it is one-sided. But if you get treated to a really intense back and forth Dom, wow, then you really get a nail biter. You're just yelling at the TV. You're yelling at the screen. It really gets intense at the end of a Dom. Every single decision made will change the outcome of the win.
Sitting here in the lobby just waiting for it to get started. But yeah, I'd have to give me a second. I'm gonna pull up my MSU's Hackney Yard Dom record.
Yeah, that's right. Billy
It's
going
not
to work,
great.
looking for our
It's
stats.
it is 3-4, but to be fair, uh, you know, their Arklov Peak S&D record was 3-4. Now it's
Yep.
4-4. That might
I
not
mean,
mean anything.
that's the thing we got to talk about, Billy, is how impressed I was with Mississippi State's performance. I mean,
Mm,
UT Dallas is one of the best search and destroy teams in this league, period. And we saw them play Arklov Peak really well. They were pretty heavily favored going into this map too. And Mississippi
absolutely.
State Esports, they said, we don't care that we've lost this map 4 times. We know how to play this. And they think they countered UT Dallas's aggression so well. It felt like whenever UT Dallas made a mistake, whenever they did anything wrong, Mississippi State punished them for that mistake. They capitalized off everything that UT Dallas gave them. They played really clean search and destroy, and that's why they sneak out the round 11 win. Pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
And we were bringing it up earlier, but I really have to credit State, Iced, and Perk in particular. I feel like those three really just elevated what was already a maybe not the best S&D team in the league, right? Mississippi State may have struggled a lot in S&D throughout the year. They're still a decent S&D team, but there are a lot of teams that were better than them, namely UT Dallas, and they come in here and they all step up when it matters, right? Tournament life on the line, and they go, you know what? We're not going down 2-0 in this last series. We're bringing it to 1-1, and we're going to look for that 2-1, and then we're going to look for a potential series win. And worst comes to worst, we come back for you know, we get back for another round, but hopefully another round 11 game 5. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would be sweating through this shirt for sure if we got all the way to round 11, game 5, especially in the losers bracket. I mean, it's been a long journey for both these teams. At this point, both of these squads have 1 series win and 1 series loss in this College COD playoffs. For UT Dallas, they came out and they got an easy 3-0, I believe, in the first round of winners bracket round 1. But then they got really put to task by the Illini Orange just a few minutes ago. They fall into the losers bracket. Mississippi State, they're on the other side of the coin. They get swept out of the first round of winners bracket. They take this grueling losers bracket run ahead of them, and they start off strong earlier today, crushing Penn State Blue 3-0 sweep. And now, well, we've seen these teams together. They've played a combined 4 series, and it's been all sweeps. And finally, it won't be a sweep as we're tied 1-1 heading into map 3. MSU Esports rolling with their losers bracket run. At the same time, UT Dallas, they still should be the favorite heading into these next 2 respawn modes. By all means, they're the better respawn team, but you can't count out Mississippi State. I mean, they really capitalized on the teamwork. And we saw, the teamwork and maybe the communication is what cost UT Dallas some maps last series. You could argue that some of the communication, some of the aggression cost them map 2. And Mississippi State, maybe they just know what to do in this map. Maybe they're going to be the more composed team, and they're going to counter everything that UT Dallas does. But we don't have to wait any longer, Billy. Here we go. Map 3, domination, jumping right into it with Fiasco, capturing a flag.
Right. First blood, they're Putrid Orange on ice, I think that was. Oh, Killfeed's all in favor of UT Dallas from the start. They're going to grab B flag here. They're going to be up to an early advantage. But, early advantage in Dom doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't mean anything indeed. Putrid Orange gets picked off there in the corner. But you see a nice hold around B. And Mississippi State Esports just going to casually work their way around. You see the spawns are coming in some weird places. Kind of spawned on each other's home flags for a second there, but now they're kind of spawning in their home bases again. Here comes a full team push for Mississippi State on. Let's see what they make.
Get over here if he's not careful. Oh, he was aiming for one dude. Guy just comes screaming around the corner. That's not ideal. Killfeed is still, it's in favor of Mississippi State, but it's not one of those things. Oh, Cocaine with a 2-piece there. That shuts down any push from Mississippi State for the time being.
4-0 start from Cocaine is big. As you can see, UT Dallas is still racking up the points. They're increasing their lead here. And with so much time left in this first half, you don't want this game to be just first half stomp. Mississippi State, you got to do something. You got to take B flag. They're trying to flip the home flags right now. You see that minimap, no pressure being applied to B at all. They're going after A.
Or A, but no one is there watching C. And as you can see, UT Dallas spawns at C. So in the long run, was this worth it? You have to grab B here for this play to be worth it. And no one's really on B.
Yeah, I think Mississippi State just wants to attack B from this side of the map. And here it goes.
Absolutely.
And here they go. They've already got an advantage. They've secured B. They've neutralized it. They're going to pick it up, and they're going to turn it. And now, well, they've gotten what they wanted. They flipped the home flags. Are they going to be able to hold from B, which apparently is their preferred side? Look at Perk with a sneaky play to neutralize C. He's not even going to worry about capturing just yet. Just came in, neutralized it, and this is causing all kind of headaches for UT Dallas as they take back B flag, but they don't even have a home flag. A and C, neither of them are in their possession, and the scoreboard is just kind of staying stagnant. One team has each flag. C is just kind of sitting idle as UT Dallas has a 12-point lead, and it's going to stay that way until somebody breaks through. Some craziness happening out here. C flag finally will turn red in favor of MSU Esports. For a moment there, they had both A and C. Obviously, you can't hold those forever. They're going to lose A, I believe. Mr. J Pistachio will take A and flip. And now here comes Fiasco to neutralize C. I mean, this is bananas. This is hard to keep track of how many flag switches we were seeing here in this first half.
If I'm UT Dallas, I'm pretty okay with this. There was a whole period of time where your home flag got neutral, but you were still getting points. Obviously, this could potentially be a tied game going into the half, depending on how long Mississippi State holds this 2-cap. But at the end of the day, right, it's been a good first half. Dawn is usually something I consider fairly low action, low pace, but there's been a lot of, overextensions trying to get pressure on home flags, trying to swap spawns, and it's worked, and it, sometimes it's working to their detriment, but it's been a close one for sure, and that's all you can really ask for between these two teams right now.
There's been a lot of fun Dom here in this first half. See that B flag is getting really battled for. UT Dallas is just a little bit away from taking it, but They get killed on the flag, and it's still at 1-1 right now. It's basically a tie game. I mean, MSU is one tick away from making it officially a tie game, but UT Dallas is going to lock up B. And this last minute of the first half,
kill feed is
huge.
all orange there.
This is going to be a huge minute for UT Dallas. Are they going to build a sizable lead heading into the first half, or is MSU Esports going to be able to flip this and make it closer to a tie game? We are 1 minute away from switching sides.
I'm UT Dallas. I just kind of hold angles for the rest of this match. You don't need to be pushing to try and neutralize. You don't need to be playing super aggressive. You kind of just want to hold, and that's exactly what they're doing. You know, we're seeing Putrid play a little aggressive here. Just to be a little bit of a nuisance, draw them off from B, draw them away from B for the time being. You know, Mississippi State did get control of B, but it's really only going to matter for the little bit they have. I mean, I don't even think they captured it. I think they just neutralized it, actually.
Yeah, that's getting out of control for them. They haven't even captured B fully yet, and that was just 2 free points for UT Dallas. They're at a 16-point lead. It's getting away from MSU Esports. They're kind of scrambling here. They don't have any team coordination going in terms of solidified pushes on any of these flags. Finally, that A flag is going to get neutralized. I mean, you saw that entire right side of the minimap was just dead, completely empty. And it was waiting for someone from MSU to just neutralize and cap a flag because there was no one there. But instead, nobody was touching it. And it was free points for UT Dallas. 3 points for UT Dallas while they had players focusing on the other 2 flags. Little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of a misplay by Mississippi State. And that's a nice, cozy 20-point lead, 81-60 half here for UT Dallas.
Absolutely. But, you know, Mississippi State has the opportunity to respond on this side. If they can play well, they can definitely bring this within, you know, it's still possible they win. They're rushing 2 people towards B, 1 person towards the map, potentially to get an angle on that upper B area. But in general, you know, traditional start, both teams pushing towards that B flag, both teams grabbing their home flag. But all the kills are really going in favor of UT Dallas right now.
Yeah, you talk about being a nuisance. Fiasco right now is only 4-9, but he has 6 flag caps. His role on this team is to just kind of sneak around the parts of the map where nobody's looking, get some really annoying neutralizes on A and C. I think that's kind of his role on this team right now, is to focus on A and C, be really annoying, and get some annoying kills. So like that 6 and 10 isn't really reflected in work he's doing out there on the map, helping UT Dallas. You can see back and forth going. C gets capped and neutralized. A gets flipped. Home base is kind of getting mixed up a little bit, and nobody's on B. Now this is interesting, because A and C were about to get simultaneously capped for UT Dallas, and now they're simultaneously getting dropped. Look at this. Nobody has any flags right now. This is unbelievable, which works in favor of UT Dallas, but nobody was getting any points for a few seconds there. Finally, MSU Esports gets on C. UT Dallas picks up A, and the fight moves back to B. But this has been a really interesting and exciting, chaotic dominating. So much to keep track of.
I think in the first like minute and a half or so of this this dom, there's only been about 10 or so points really gained across the board.
Yeah, that's incredible. You see UT Dallas, they're still at an 18-point lead. This is in their favor, and look at that. They are on top of B, picking up big kills on B. The kill feed's going back and forth too, but UT Dallas is fine with that. The only way they lose this is if they start to give it away and start to play uncoordinated. And with this pickup of B, the pressure is on MSU, and they got to play not only aggressive, but they got to start flailing a little bit. They got to get really into a panic and a desperation, which plays right into UT Dallas' hands. They know MSU Esports has to play with desperation. And what's going on at C flag? I mean, is that Fiasco down there, or is that's Putrid Orange this time? So annoying on C flag. I mean, this sort of... Oh, and there goes the win.
He grabs it anyway, but it's immediately getting neutralized.
I mean, that is just fantastic by Putrid Orange on the C flag. I think that's what's winning UT Dallas' battle. Isn't necessarily winning the gunfights on B, but just being so annoying with how they're playing A and C flag that Mississippi State has been chaotic. And there goes it. Fiasco as he starts to pick up his 10th kill finally. He's the last player in the lobby to get to 10 kills, but not to disparage him. He's been putting in lots of work with 6 flag caps. Mr. Pistachio, 25 and 13 as well. This is about to become a 30-point lead on the way to a triple cap. And we have a triple cap. So that, my friends,
Oh,
and
that could
we
do
got a
it.
couple minutes to go, but that looks like it's gonna do it. MSU Esports, I don't think I don't think they had very few long. I don't think for very long they even had moments in this game where they were in control of two flags at the same time. I think there was very brief moments in this game where they even had flags at the same time, but for a majority of this map, it's just been domination by UT Dallas on this mode. Mr. Pistachio rolling up 20. He's having an awesome game. And, I didn't see
Casual
much
2
from him
KD.
last series. A little bit of a disappointing performance by his standards, but by all means in this series, he has made it clear why he is an all-star player in the CCL.
Oh, absolutely. The one thing I do have to give them credit for is we were talking about, how, as of now, it's officially mathematically impossible. I think it's been mathematically impossible for a bit here, but the one thing I really do have to give UT Dallas credit for was we were mentioning how that second half of Hackney Dom against Illinois Orange just went completely south, and they've successfully exercised that demon, They've completely managed to redeem that performance in some regards. They're winning. I think this is going to end up being about potentially a 60-point lead. I don't think it'll get that far ahead, but they're playing really, really well for the time being, and this domination is easily in their hands.
Yeah, you saw UT Dallas play really well in the first half and then play even better in the second half. Seal the deal. State on a fun little 5-spirit of his own. Look at him hopping around, doing a little bit of a dance there in the corner by himself. The 100th points comes through for MSU Esports. So they're going to lose about 159 to 100, it looks like, as the final seconds appear. And map 3 goes in favor of UT Dallas. A strong performance all around, and it's been just a bloodbath in the two respawns in favor of UT Dallas. And Mississippi State, we gave them a lot of credit for that search and destroy, but now they're heading into a Game 4 hardpoint as big underdogs because of how poorly they've been outslayed and just beaten up in the two respawns so far this series.
Absolutely. I think MSU's best shot was winning one of the respawns. I think domination was potentially their best shot at doing so, just because domination, like I was saying, it can be a little bit finicky at times. But I think this last hard point is just gonna kind of get away from them. UT Dallas has just played that much better in respawns. Although I said they were potentially looking at getting 3-0 to start the day, and they won an S&D that I was not expecting them to take. So
Yep.
maybe don't listen to me on that one.
You got to respect Mississippi State for that S&D win, and that makes map 4 huge because we know what Mississippi State can easily take a map 5 in Gunrunner. They're excited to play map 5 in Gunrunner if it gets there. So this is by far, not over by any means, but they're going to need to impress us the same way that they impressed us in Search and Destroy in map 2, but probably do even more impressing all of us here on this Bravo stream in order to take this map 4 respawn. They get the 6-5 win in Search, but winning 6-5 in Search, it's not quite what we saw in map 1 and 3 from Dallas, which is just dominance. Dominance from Dallas on maps 1 and maps 3. Gunrunner hard points coming up for UT Dallas and Mississippi State Esports in this map 4 here on the Bravo stream of the College COD playoffs in the losers bracket. So this could be the last map that we see Mississippi Esports play in the spring season for them. We've gotten to the playoffs. Mississippi State's had a really good season, and that's why they're in these playoffs to begin with, because teams that didn't have a good season, well, they're already watching the stream at home. But for Mississippi State Esports, they've had a really nice season, and it's going to come down to this. They got to get this map win to stay alive in this bracket. Otherwise, it's just going to be, I believe, a top 24 finish for them out of these 32 teams if you lose at this stage of the bracket.
So it might be top 20. Actually, hold up. Let me look at the losers bracket. Yeah, so it's top 24 if they go out here, which is really respectable in a 72
Yep.
team league, going up in the top. I'm bad at math. Give me a second. The top third.
Yeah, you're one of the top 25 college teams in the nation. That's really an honor. That's something you can be proud of. But losing doesn't feel good. You want to survive and you want to break into, I think, either top 20 or top 16 awaits if you win here in your UT Dallas. I think it's at least top 20 for sure. And the losers bracket run continues here on the College COD stream. We've got the Alpha stream going on. Me and Billy are thrilled to be here with you on the Bravo stream. Map
A lot
4,
of fun here.
Gunrunner Hardpoint. Map 1 was over quickly. Map 1 was basically over after one full rotation. Mississippi State Esports, what are they going to do here?
All right. Early first blood in favor of Mississippi State is pretty big. However, oh, Fiasco just gets ran around by, I think that was Gamer Dude. Gamer Dude was a 3K off at 4K. Oh my god. He really is that game 5. He really wants it.
Yeah, Gamer Dude's playing like he knows it's his last map potentially. He says, "I'm not done yet." Oh my goodness.
5 spree. Oh my god. This is, you couldn't ask for a better start if you were Mississippi State currently. But they don't have spawns for P2. Actually, no, I'm completely wrong. They have spawns for P2 as well. They're kind of, you know, seceding control of P1 in favor of those P2 spawns, which is how you expect teams to play nowadays. But wow, I gotta give Gamer Dude credit for that. A 2K for State as well, gets the hill clear. Just really good job at being a nuisance and keeping UT Dallas from playing comfortable in any capacity. Oh, Perk runs out of ammo trying to kill. I think that was actually I can't really tell who that was. Damn. What a start. This is fun. This is already looking to be a good hardpoint, a better one than the Azir Cave.
Already, and look at that. Hill 2 starts off in favor of Mississippi State. 7-2,
Gamer
8-2.
Dude still rocking.
Gamer Dude, 9. Oh my goodness. I mean, what is happening? Gamer Dude, where were you this whole series? Look at him coming out guns blazing now. And then finally, 3 kills in a row for UT Dallas as they try and get something going. They're contesting the hill. A little shutdown by State, though.
I understood what State was doing there, you know. I don't think he wanted to stay because there was a clear line of sight to him in hill, but he just was kind of worried about getting caught out there. Ooh, good positioning there from Perk. He has to be careful here. If he pushes through that door, he's gonna get caught out. I like what he's doing here, rotating all the way around to the backside of the hill. Oh, good shots there from Mississippi State. In control, and they have spawns for P3.
Kill feed all purple. Spawns for P3. I gotta admit, I'm a little bit disappointed in only having a 15-point lead with how well Gamer Dude has started this map, but P3 could be huge for them. This is where they can really build a lead. UT Dallas, they've got a thing for wanting to break kills rather than rotating. Can they break this one? Can they flood in and...
I thought he was getting a 3K there. Oh, good shots there from Pistachio. Pistachio really has been UT Dallas' MVP, and you know he got regular season accolades for it as well. You know, second team all Western Conference.
Yeah.
UT Dallas loves playing this refusal to rotate, focus on breaking and holding from there. It's a little ambitious at times. If it doesn't work out, we saw that it didn't work out against Illinois Orange, but it's working out here against Mississippi State.
Definitely is. I mean, look at that. They break, and they're going to get a tie game here. Maybe even, yeah, they're probably going to take the lead here moving into P4, and the aggression's working for them. And I think MSU Esports, I mean, credits to State, credit to Gamer Dude, they're slaying out, but with the slaying advantage, they're losing on the scoreboard. And that is a frightening sight for MSU Esports because you get off to a really good start, and you should have a lead by now, and they don't. Although they are going to hold P4, and again, here comes UT Dallas, trying to break. They didn't rotate, but they're trying to get a break in the next few seconds.
Good shots there from Perk onto, I believe that was Enviage, yeah. This is, I really got to respect the fight that Mississippi State is putting up here right now. They look so comfortable on this map in comparison to the Azir Cave hardpoint to start off. My worry, though, is that they are spawning out pretty far from P5, which means if they're not able to hold this for a bit longer, get, you know, another... let's say 20 seconds out of this, UT Dallas really could walk away with the lead here because they're set up perfectly for P5 right now.
That's right, they are set up perfectly. Pistachio gets a 3-piece in hill, and like he said, UT Dallas, maybe not what they wanted in that hill, but they did okay, and they held on, and they're only down by 20 points, and now we'll see what UT Dallas can do with a full rotation onto this hill. MSU Esports, now they need to break, and if they can't break, this could be the hill that turns the game in favor of UT Dallas.
Okay, and just looking all over the place. apparently he plays on a sensitivity around like 12 or 14. That's absurd to me. I could never do that.
He's definitely a fun POV to watch. He's just swapping over from player to player. Perk gets a couple. Mississippi State, they're in the hill. They've taken back the lead. Wow.
Gotta be worried about this P1 rotation, just because, I mean, P1 is a hill that's easy to contest and easy to clear, so it's not the end of the world if you can't really contest it effectively, but, you know, there's always that worry of, like, what if they do hold it? What if, you know, UT Dallas in this case does hold it correctly? So it'll be an interesting rotation here, and I think UT Dallas is going to win off the rotation.
Billy, we are exactly the halfway mark in the hard point, and look at that. We were tied 125 to 125. Perfect. Just perfect tied. State. GamerDude cooled off. I mean, after his incredible start, GamerDude's actually been struggling to get back to even. State has picked up the slack. Creep, I'm looking at you. Putrid Orange, I'm looking at you. One of these two guys is going to step up in the second half and lead their team to a victory.
You know, I'm not a betting man. But I think if I had to, I think I'd be putting it on UT Dallas for the time being. I just think, you know, they're a more experienced roster, a better roster. I think they're really, you know, if you get Putrid Orange to start stepping up here, I think this game completely gets out of hand. I mean, they're not getting any real hill time for the second hill, or for this first hill in the second rotation, but...
Yeah, and that's what I mentioned earlier about how well Mississippi State started. It was pretty disappointing that they didn't have a big lead, because I knew UT Dallas was going to surge back, and I knew that the slaying was going to start to even up a little bit in favor of UT Dallas. So Mississippi State, they started strong, but they didn't get the points that they needed, and now they're down by 20. And now they're playing from behind, although this is going to be a great series of gunfights here on this hill.
Good shots there from GamerDude again. I really got to credit MSU's rotations on this map. They feel so just on point. But the problem is they just can't seem to be able to hold hills for extended periods of time, which are, you know, hard point's a game of two things. It's how are you going to be able to rotate to hills, and how are you going to be able to hold hills. If you can't hold hills, it doesn't matter if you rotate early.
Remember when I called out Creep earlier? He still has not gotten a kill since I mentioned his name. Finally, he gets one. He's sitting at 6 and 14.
Oh, no, that's NVH. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
Creep is picking it up. There he goes. He heard me call him out. He's doing a little bit of work there, but this is not looking good. MSU's gotta keep the slaying train going. It's starting to fall away from them, and that was a really impressive hill too from you guys. Just getting the important fights, playing well as a team around each other, and they're perfectly happy to lose rotation on this hill, just fly in and try to break hill 3 right here. 50-point lead.
So UT Dallas, they're all the matches I've watched of theirs, they just seem to be such a confident hardpoint team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not true. They play confidently in hardpoint. It's not their best mode, right? They play really aggressive. We've been mentioning this all broadcast, but you know, when it pays off, it's really satisfying. Oh, good shots there from Ice. Ends of force there, but you know.
This has been a great hill for Mississippi State. I mean, you talk about UT Dallas just trying to fly in and break hill. Well, they have not broken this hill. This is about to be a full 60 for MSU Esports. If they can't do something in the later half here, they just keep spawning near the hill too, and they're just running into a buzzsaw. And look at this, from down 50 points, we're gonna have a tie rotation. Game.
And they've got rotation for next hill. Oh my God, Mississippi State. If they bring us a game 5, they might be my underdog to pick the rest of this tournament.
Yeah, they might be a real Cinderella if they can eliminate UT Dallas. Of course, that takes a map 5 win as well. But they're looking better and better here in map 4. They've got the rotation. UT Dallas, they're starting to just flail. They're starting to just run into the buzzsaw. They're not making very coordinated pushes here. And this could be
3K there, but the hill is still in favor of Mississippi State. They're playing so effectively as a team right now. Every push I see them make, every gunfight they take, there's someone backing them up. They're not playing like individuals, they're playing like a team, which is exactly what you need to do when you're playing against a team that many people consider better than you. This is so impressive. So impressive for Mississippi State.
I'm smelling upset for Mississippi State. They're having their one shining moment. It doesn't even matter that Creep is 9 and 19. State is going off, and it just feels like they're clicking and just getting every important fight, every rotation. They're 25 seconds away from winning this. They're going to be about 20 seconds away from taking this.
Need about 21 seconds left. UT Dallas needs about 60, but they can't win off this hill. So that's a, you know, that's a solace for Mississippi State. You can kind of secede this hill if you really feel the need to, but you obviously don't want to do that because you don't want it to come down to the last hill. But this hill's so hard to break usually that I'm really intrigued to see how they handle this. But they have two people pincering on. I think this is that's Puget Orange. Never mind. Oh wow. Oh no.
Final fights here. And look at that, everyone spawned out of the hill. This could be over in a matter of seconds. Everyone in MSU Esports, a perfect setup.
Oh no, you got a little ambitious there, MSU. They're still contesting though, so no hill time is actually coming off the board.
There it goes, and now a break. What a break from UT Dallas. They had to break in order to not lose, and they do.
Oh, I'm so excited. Coming down to the first hill, a hill that is so hard to hold effectively. We're about to see a hectic finale here. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're about to see who's going to take over, who's going to win this game for their side. Hill number 1. It all comes down to this.
Good shots there from Perk. They clear out the hill. No one's on it though. Still, really. Oh man, what's Puget Orange doing here? Does he not have a gun? Does he not have any ammo? What's going on there? Maybe they're playing for P2. I can't actually tell here. No, MSU's in. They're 4 seconds away. UT Dallas can't hold. This is hectic. This is
MSU's back in the hill. They're taking 2 more seconds to cleared out and winning. Look at this crazy fight in the middle. Everyone swarmed in the middle.
Oh, second away. MSU.
Upset alert. Mississippi State Esports takes a respawn victory. They win 250 to 231 on hill number 1. And like you said, you saw it coming. I mean, with the final hill being hill number 1, Mississippi State, they didn't make it easy on themselves, but they got down to business and they sealed the deal in map 4. Holy moly, we are going to map 5, Billy. Wow, this could be a Cinderella story if Mississippi State can lock up map 5.
I wasn't even like, oh man. I thought UT Dallas was going to walk away with that game after I think it was.
They had a 50-point lead at one point.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what hill, but there was a point where I was thinking, oh no, okay, it was right before P3 on the 3rd rotation, right? They had about a 50-60 point lead. And MSU just came in and were like, okay, we're going to hold P3 for a full 60. We're back in this game. And then UT Dallas just started kind of floundering, right? They were really struggling to hold hills. They were struggling to hold spawns. They were getting out-rotated. They were getting out-slayed. MSU was just riding this momentum and riding this high of, we can do this, right? The second you get that positive momentum rolling as a team, in any sport, in any esport, the second you are rolling in any capacity, you feel unbeatable, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we saw from MSU going into that final, going into those last few rotations, because they knew we just need a couple seconds. It doesn't matter if UT Dallas gets the majority of a hill. We just need 10 to 20 seconds in these last 2 hills to win. And we saw it come down to P1 on a 4th rotation. And what a finish. I can't stress enough how fun that last rotation was, how fun that last hill was. I couldn't even speak.
And there was parts of it where you could tell UT Dallas was trying to win the map on their slaying and their talent alone, but they just were not pushing as a team. And there was a moment there on that 2nd rotation where Mississippi State not only came back from down 50 points, but then started to push ahead by quite a few points. And that was all just UT Dallas. You could see those markers just going into the hill one by one. And it was just totally snowballing. The momentum had totally gone to Mississippi State, and I was not expecting to get here. I don't think a lot of people at home, unless you're a big Mississippi State fan, is expecting to watch this stretch all the way to Game 5. But of course, Mississippi State Esports, a number 20 seed in this bracket. That's right. Round of applause to them. They get the map 4 win. They win that round 11 in Search and Destroy. Game 5, gun runner hardpoints, Mississippi State versus UT Dallas. And you know what? You lose this map, your season is over. Your playoff run is over. Somebody is done in this tournament, and somebody's going to move on. Will it be UT Dallas getting shockingly upset in this tournament despite being number 7 seeded? I mean, this is a top team. Are they going to just get 1-2 knocked out in the span of a couple hours and allow Mississippi State to really spark a fun Cinderella run from the losers bracket? Or is UT Dallas going to come together Are they going to group together? Are they going to pull together and just play a little bit better as a team in this map 5? And Billy, I know for both of us going into this map, round 11 is going to be in the back of our heads.
Can I do a shameless plug right here? Nah.
Yeah.
Uh,
What are you plugging?
just the Duck TV presents round 11, the podcast I do for
Oh my
Oregon.
gosh, yeah. Bill
I'm
Billy has a
sorry. I'm sorry.
podcast by the name of Round 11. Terrible plug,
Yeah,
terrible
terrible
plugging.
play. It was awful. Why did I even do that to you guys? I'm sorry to everyone in chat right now.
2-2. Map 5 is around the corner. This is just can't wait. And you talk about players that stepped up. I mean, Gamer Dude set the tone early, and then after Gamer Dude sort of cooled off a little bit, State was just a force throughout the entire map. He was one of the best players out there, and the two of them just kind of rolled and kept that momentum going. And for UT Dallas, just nobody stood out. I mean, a lot of good performances all around, some good moments for all these players, but nobody stood out. And I think they're relying a little bit too much on somebody like a Pistachio, someone like a Fiasco to have a, drop a 35 or a 40 bomb. That is obviously, that was sort of looked like what they were leaning on in that hard point. And they were just hoping that their slaying would carry them all the way through, and it didn't. It did not. MSU Esports played like a better team, and with how map 1 and map 3 went, to see that respawn go the way of Mississippi State, what a turn of events. The tables have turned. Billy, I don't even know if it's fair to ask this question, but who do you think has the advantage going into this game 5?
Uh, I I really want to see Mississippi State take it just because they've been playing so well, and I love underdog stories. Going off the statistics, this is their best S&D, so they felt comfortable going, okay, if we can bring it to a map 5, we're in a good position. But it's not like UT Dallas isn't good on it either. It's they're 8-1 on this. It's their best S&D.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and this I don't know if this is the same UT Dallas team that we saw in the regular season. I think if this was a few weeks ago, UT Dallas would have already swept the series or at least won 3-1. But something's different. UT Dallas is not on their best game. Something's off. They've lost a couple round 11 searches. And Mississippi State, they know it's playoff time. They're in playoff mode right now. They're rolling. This is definitely just a different feel. And that's why you got to love the playoffs when you get to the end of the season. They're just playing for a little bit more. There's another level to this. Mississippi State Esports is putting uh, a top 10 team right now on notice, trying to make the upset of the day. And,
Mhm.
I'm not paying too much attention to the Alpha stream. Obviously, I've been busy here, but this could be the best match we see all day on either of these streams with the upset about to happen. I agree with you. I think
I
Mississippi State gets to be the favorite in this game 5. I think they've earned it. I think they have UT Dallas on the back foot. But with that being said, of course, it's going to be close.
Oh,
It's going to be
absolutely.
close. And Mississippi State, they've proven that in map 2, we said, "Hey, UT Dallas is really good at this map. We don't think they're gonna. We think they deserve to be the favorite." Mississippi State says, "Screw you. They're gonna win 6-5." And then map 4, we said, "Hey, look at the first two respawns. Clearly, UT Dallas is a big favorite here in this map." Mississippi State said, "Forget that. We're coming out guns blazing." So you can't you can't talk any trash on them now. It's 2-2, and they've really earned their spot in this game 5, and they think they've earned a chance to be the favorites in game 5. I think especially in a game 5 search and destroy, I wanna lean towards the underdog. I wanna lean towards Mississippi State, but if UT Dallas wins, for example, if UT Dallas just storms the series and they win 6-1, we'll be saying, "Yeah, of course, they're really good at this map. They're a great team," right? It's like they
Yeah.
have all the reason to win this map too, but something just feels off about the way UT Dallas has been performing. They don't it feels like UT Dallas is a bit underperforming what we expect of them as a top 10 team, as a favorite in this tournament to go far. And yet for MSU Esports, they've done nothing but blow away our expectations of them. And Game 5 series is going to, I mean, this Game 5, it's going to be awesome. And it's just a treat to be able to enjoy this. As soon as we get into it, lobby's still sort of filling up, sort of populating, getting some last minute game plans and adjustments laid down. Gunrunner Search and Destroy. And if I remember correctly, that's right. We just came out of a Gunrunner hardpoint. So we are going to be seeing the same map, but Search and Destroy. Obviously, it's going to play entirely differently. It's going to be a whole new mode. Um, in map 2, we saw a lot of defense winning rounds. We saw Arklov Peak treat us to more of defense just taking rounds. And even though we saw bombs get planted, most of the time there was defuses happening right after those bombs got planted. I remember in the later rounds of map number 2, we saw the offense get a bomb down, but then it didn't matter. They got defused. And I believe that's how round 11 ended as well for map 2. So we'll see if there's any offensive act early on.
I will say one thing. I don't know how good our predictions are going to be because I feel like they've been wrong for the most
Yeah,
part when we
don't
make
listen to us.
pre-match predictions. Um,
Definitely don't listen to us.
yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I think I might be pulling for MSU just because I like upsets and I like exciting matches, and they've definitely provided an exciting match here. But overall, oh man, I just want to watch it. I just want it to happen. Like,
Yeah, we can't wait to get into it. We are getting into it, and look at Billy, he's all excited. This is amazing. I mean,
like a kid in a candy store right now,
yeah,
honestly.
every gunfight. All right, Billy, give me one player. One player do you think that's going to be the story of this map 5?
I would say iced, but you can't really use snipers to the same extent on Gunrunner that you could with Arklov Peak. So I'm gonna go with State. I think he's been the guy who's really stood out to me the last three the last three like the S&D. He was really good. He was really good in that last hard point. If he can go off for MSU, I think they're in a good spot. That being said, we're into the match, and I don't want to keep talking about something because I'm so excited to watch this.
Yeah, I'm going with Kirk actually. I think Kirk is going to carry Mississippi State to a win. As you see, Ice is going to get smoked there. Cocaine is already making some moves out there on the map. 4v3 in favor of UT Dallas in map 1. And
Ooh,
that's
good
how the
shots there from
offense.
State.
Yeah, really nicely done by State.
Gets caught in the back though by Fiasco, who again I feel like we haven't really said his name all that much.
Gets traded out too though, so we're down to 2v2 here in round 1. The bomb is down
Ooh,
though.
yeah, bomb is planted, so it is in favor of UT Dallas. We might see a trend breaker here in terms of
Yeah,
who
we might
wins
see an
rounds here.
offense round 1 victory. I'm down, so it's favor of UT Dallas. Big
Ooh,
kill by Enviage.
oh, Inviage just playing like a madman right there. Almost picked up the two-piece, but Perk gets around, falls to, I believe. I guess we'll see here in the kill cam. Man, pretty solid first round. Bring it down to 1v2. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a great start for UT Dallas. That is exactly the start you're looking for. You get on offense first, you pick up the win. Great work by UT Dallas, and now the pressure's on Mississippi State to counter. They've done a pretty good job of countering. Whenever UT Dallas wins on offense, Mississippi State likes to answer with their own offensive win. I'm curious to see what happens with Bomb here. I think they need to get Bomb down early, or this is going to be a hard round for them to win.
Good trophy system. They're already taking out some nades from UT Dallas. Gain's playing very, very sly here, though. If he gets caught out, oh, he doesn't. Enviage and Cocaine with 2 early kills, bringing it down to a 5v3.
Early 2
This
piece, and
isn't,
that's Bomb down as well, so this is not
yeah, it's not unwinnable, but it's just not an ideal position if you are MSU.
And we'll see if UT Dallas throws this lead away or whether they're going to really just play smart and
Oh,
communicate.
good eyes there from Pistachio. Good
Billy goes
shots
for the
there from, I
trade. You can see he
believe,
doesn't know he's there.
Creep.
This should be an easy kill. There he goes.
Yeah.
But you see Creep does get another one before he falls.
Ooh,
2 for Creep makes it a 2-on-3. So big
this is
couple
doable.
kills from Creep makes it doable.
Yeah. It's still oh my god, Cocaine.
Wow, that was cross map too. Wow.
That was,
That
you don't hit shots like that with an MP5 most of the time. Well, actually, it's not true. The MP5 is so
State makes it a
MP5 is
1v2. And the turn and burn from State.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. State, well done, sir. But that is not going to be a round win for you. 2-0 UT Dallas is up early.
you can tell they love this map. Like I may have said before that like I was pulling for MSU, but it's very clear to me that UT Dallas knows this map. They know it well. Pistachio plays it well. It's
Yeah.
wow.
They're moving around the map just a lot more naturally. They're able to rotate, get good angles. They're able to just make. Yeah, I agree with you. They're able to just get going on this map early, and this could be a devastating 3-0 if they can get an offensive win here. It's time to hit the reset button for MSU. Perk, Gamer Dude, you're both 0-2. Get on the board, guys.
Hey, early trades, Inviage falls, but trades out Perk in the meantime. Or no. Perk trades out Inviage, Gamer Dude falls. Perk falls to
tough
Kane.
loss there. See it falling apart for MSU. They're in a 2v3 though.
Yeah, it's a 2v3 in favor of UT Dallas, but UT Dallas's offenses are just more coordinated at this point. Oh, now it's a 1v3 for Creek. He falls. 3-0 for UT Dallas.
Billy. It's not looking good. 3-0 UT Dallas. This is not looking good. And, you know, we talked about Mississippi State, their Cinderella run, expecting a great map 5 year. Uh-oh. That's all I got to say is uh-oh. UT Dallas is starting to get this out of control. You know what? It's never over till it's over, though. Mississippi State, all it takes is start one round. One round is all it takes. Gamer Dude, he's got bomb. If he hits on the board, I'm willing to get back in MSU's corner. They might be able to pull the comeback off.
Hey, here we are with State. I do like this push. It is fairly aggressive. It is kind of abandoning that early that B site, but kills are all going in favor completely of UT Dallas for the time being.
And that was like in the blink of an eye. And here come the trades. State's down to a 1v3. These are already weak. Gets a big kill there. He needs to get this. Oh, and he does. Got a 1v1.
1v1 Inviage. Oh no. This is good.
Goodness.
Inviage is gonna come up behind him though. Can he catch his rotation?
Can he catch his rotation?
Oh,
that could have been it. That could have been
4-0
it
for
for
UT
MSU.
Dallas.
We're down 4-0 now. Notables. Good job by State making it interesting, but UT Dallas is just, they look so good on this map. I mean, they are just playing so smoothly, and I think it fits their aggression so well. I think something about the way that these gunrunner engagements are sort of close quarters and hopping around corners, this aggression from UT Dallas, instead of it being countered by MSU, it's being rewarded by UT Dallas, and it's just getting out of control for them. And we may see this entire series be over just a couple rounds.
Yeah, you can really tell UT Dallas loves this map. They play so confidently. It really feels like.
Look at them. I mean, look at them just bullying their way through these doors, flying up the map, nades out, stuns out.
Early first blood, but it gets traded out. It's a 4v4 still, but if there's a team I'm going to trust to bring it back on this map, it's going to be UT Dallas.
Yeah, and they just they jump up there into these good positions. Look at these good positions from Kane.
Yeah.
He knows somebody's around the corner. Doesn't find them quite yet.
Bomb is down, so it is kind of not an ideal position. Yeah. MSU, they catch out Cocaine, so it is a 4v2. We could see their first round win. But
yeah, we might see Mississippi State finally get on the board, 4v2, and they are kind of waiting around here patiently. I mean, the UT Dallas aggressive approach doesn't have to work every round as long as it works most of the time. Fiasco's going to get countered, and
1v4
that's it.
And MSU's first round.
We got one round on the board. Is the comeback in order? I think this has a lot to do with how Mississippi State plays. I think it has everything to do with whether Mississippi State makes adjustments, whether their strategy changes to counter UT Dallas, or whether they're just going to play right into UT Dallas's wheelhouse and lose those one-on-one engagements.
Absolutely. I really got to credit. I feel like I keep saying this. I feel like I'm going to end up sounding like a broken record, but I really appreciate UT Dallas's aggression, even if it doesn't always work.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I feel like so often nowadays, with the exception of players with the exception of teams like Atlanta FaZe, so many teams I feel like just play for information and go off that. And now you're seeing, I mean these are college teams, right? This isn't the CDL, but I really like watching super aggressive teams. So I have to tip my hat there to UT Dallas a bit.
Yep, and it's on Mississippi State now to counter it. And you can see they have bomb. They're on offense right now, and they're playing slow. Big first blood from Ice.
That's huge.
Smoke out. Let's start approaching that B bomb. B bomb is going to start to get laid down. He's covering around the site. He's going to try and get some kills first. Oh, that would have been a huge two-piece. and now it's cleaned up. UT Dallas. Oh, Mississippi
Good enough for
State
UT
makes the
Dallas.
push.
5-1.
Mississippi State made a noble push. I mean, they put all their chips in, and they just were a few wins short. It just felt like a couple engagements turned the tide of that one. One or two gunfights go differently, and that could be a Mississippi State round win. Instead, 5-1, and UT Dallas is coming out aggressive. They've got, especially with a 4-round lead in their back pocket, they're picking a
Absolutely.
bomb and they're just flying into the map, trying to make this quick round. Let's see if I was right here. Let's see if
They're not
Cocaine's
even
leading the
picking up
charge.
bomb. They're just going straight for kills.
Oh my goodness. Look at him.
Oh,
We saw this exactly last round. Flying right through the crates. Big pick
Cocaine
from
first.
Cocaine. Can he get
Oh,
two?
with a
He
two
gets two.
piece. He
Oh,
does
he
get
finally
traded
gets
out, but you
traded
still
out.
get two on the backside. Eventually,
Yeah.
UT Dallas does pick up bomb, but it's already a 4v2. They're already going to get bombed down on the other side of these crates.
What a
State has to
clinic.
pull a miracle, and
Oh, what
immediately
a
it's
clinic from
over.
UT Dallas. That was like a 20-second. Oh my
God.
goodness. Just like that. 6-1.
Wow.
UT Dallas just bullies Mississippi State on this map and says, don't forget that we're a top 10 search and destroy team. And we haven't forgotten after that performance. UT Dallas has every right to claim that they're one of the best search and destroy teams out there. They started the day with 2 losses in round 11, but they get on Gunrunner Hardpoint. They get away from Arklov Peak. Hey, you said maybe it just wasn't their day on Arklov. Maybe something was off about the way they were playing, but they get onto another map and they say it's a whole new ball game. We're playing our style,
Absolutely.
and oh, what a heartbreaking loss for Mississippi State. I mean, they
Mhm.
really won both of us over as these charming underdogs, but that's going to be it for them. They're going to get knocked out top 24 after this game 5 search and destroy, and the losers bracket run for UT Dallas continues. And whoever's playing UT Dallas next, I'd be pretty afraid if I had to face these guys because they got a special play style and they can really snowball things out of control. All three of UT Dallas's map wins were blowouts. I do want to point that out. They won
Mhm.
3 blowouts for their 3 map wins. Pretty impressive performance.
And for the most part, their losses are fairly close, with the exception of that Hackney Dom against Illinois Orange. Um,
Yeah.
it it does look like they will be playing Rutgers Scarlet. Rutgers Scarlet beat Arizona State after Arizona State had lost to Concord Maroon, I think, just to correct that.
Ooh,
So that'll
that's
be
gonna
a
be
good series. But
yeah, that is going to be quite the series. Number 8 versus number 7. Rutgers Scarlet get a fresh off of a hot 3-0 sweep over number 15 Arizona State, and they still got to play. This is happening 2 nights. Not sure if it'll be on stream, but it's going down tonight because we got one more round in this losers bracket in order to get yourself to the next stage, which is a couple weeks away. So UT Dallas will take on Rutgers Scarlet, and these are 2 teams that thought they were going to be in the winners bracket still, for being honest. These teams are ranked number 7 and number 8. They thought they were going to be in the winners bracket. They thought they were going to be just coasting to a 2-0 win on the 2-0, series record on the winners bracket, which is all you need to take it easy. Instead, they're scrapping it out for the losers bracket, and one of them is going to be knocked out of this tournament, and I can't wait for that. So we don't know which game we're casting next, but that was an awesome series. Farewell, MSU Esports. You had a good season. You're a top 24 team Call of Duty squad in the nation. UT Dallas, your season continues. Your fans are rejoicing, but you got a big match coming up in just a few minutes. Not sure if it'll be on this stream. Check out the Alpha stream as well. Keep your eyes tuned to this Bravo stream. We'll be back after this break with another series here on the College COD Bravo channel.